You need to do one for balance now. You need to do one with John Holmes on there or something.
Yeah.
Full screen dick.
But if I'd known it was going to do that, would have got me fucking cat out. Made it worthwhile.
Apparently, Wags missed what triggered it. Boobs.
Yeah.
The tits, basically. Apart from the ones that were on screen, obviously.
Yeah. But like I say, a picture that I put up before. So.
Hilarious.
That'll teach Ian for getting his cock out. And
It will, won't it?
Yeah, well. Actually, it was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
I'm a big boy.
Oh dear.
And everybody missed me swearing as well.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, like a sailor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Quality was off the chart.
Hello.
Bonsoir.
But I bet if you put a picture of the Venus de Milo on there, nothing would happen.
Didn't even get his tits out.
It would be harmless.
Our souls, save our souls.
Time for a drink. Back in a minute, boys.
Yeah.
Whoa, steady on.
Do you know a cup of tea wouldn't go amiss about now?
Yeah, I think a cup of tea is in order.
Yeah,
Definitely.
cup of tea and a digestive or something.
Ooh, I got a carrot slice. I'm having that.
Canteen fuck bath.
I know. Well,
Go on, shut us down. Go on, shut us down. Oh, no, there we go. I'm going to go and get my cock out the cat now. I'll be back in a while.
Okay.
Cunting cock. What?
Cock out of the cat. He's been shagging since again, has he? Migrated from fucking Range Rovers.
No, I think it's short for catalytic converter.
Oh, right, yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Dear me. They got in on that though a bit quick, didn't they?
They did.
Didn't hang about.
Quite a night at the office, must be.
Yeah. Oh. That's the trouble with it being an American company, I suppose.
No sense of fucking humour, have they?
All the decency laws are different in the US. Christ, this picture of Gaz with no beard. Well, yeah, no beard. Good lord. That's a hell of a flush. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Matt, here's a photo that won't set the algorithm off.
Harrison Ford.
Indeed.
He was a carpenter, wasn't he?
When he was a carpenter, yeah. Back in day.
Oh, you want to see a back in the day picture? Hang on, see if I've got one on the. Yeah, there you go. There's a back in the day picture.
Oh,
1987, that was. I was 16.
good lord. That is going back some.
It's just a bit. Nearly 40 years.
I think how long ago was it? 40 years. Jesus Christ on a bike. Yeah, here we go then. Let's see, when was this? Well, according to this, 2017. I'm not so sure about that myself. I think it's earlier than that. There you go, look.
No, Paul, I was borderline anorexic at the time.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. So that's you, Gaz, Richard, and is that
A shaker. Yeah, shaker on
yeah.
the end, yeah.
And is that a Jeff Toman Steiner Parker shirt?
It
Looks like
certainly
it.
is that. Certainly is.
One I never bought, actually. Wow. Why have I got 3 legs in the picture?
No.
What do you mean? Twat.
Well,
Oh, Robbie's not here, is he?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. I love showing this one when he's on.
I'll take that as a compliment, Boss Stitch.
Here you go, Matt.
Silly bastard.
Look at that, it's one single up 2600.
Really?
Yeah. Because you got the that's the back at the bottom, the front's over in the top corner there. Then you've got the insert, and then you've got the case of the keyboard, top and bottom, the base of the keyboard, and then the top of the keyboard over there.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so it's actually a lot of wood.
Boss Stitch says, put the picture back up. I wasn't being rude. Okay, I'll put the picture back up. He seems to think I had 3 legs. No, that's a fucking arm of a chair.
Yeah, it does look like your third leg. Yeah, I
Fuck,
say.
I wish it was that big. Yeah, go on.
It was.
No, that's wrong, Matt. I hadn't beat that up.
Yeah, I'll show you one that got me into trouble with hands.
Tracker, it was actually AI. I removed somebody from the picture, so it is actually AI'd.
He actually told me off for this on Facebook. You tell him. Oh, man. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that is a lovely patch. I really like that.
Come on. What was the verdict, Rob? Was it zones 1 and 2? How it works?
I got distracted.
Yeah.
Bear with. Bear with.
Did Andrew fall through the cracks?
He came back. They won again.
Oh,
He doesn't like us, you know that, don't you?
That's right. Feelings mutual.
no. Yeah, apparently you can't show tits on YouTube,
Considering the fact that I'm
and
on
get
screen,
trumps everywhere.
and yet I'm on screen.
Oh no, they're not tits, are they? He's a cunt. Different.
Ian's face then was like, "Oh, you swore. Oh, you said the C word."
I was busy concentrating on my parcel that I am preparing.
Oh yeah, that's what you call wanking, is it? In Yorkshire.
Well, it's a delivery of sorts, isn't it?
Just to prove.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, anybody could do that. Come on. Five tits on the screen right now.
Cheers, Wag.
Yeah, Wags is my best customer. He bought the Jelly Wrestler fridge magnet.
Of course he did.
In fact, he bought 2 of them.
Ooh.
Buggy.
Oh.
No, that's not right.
What's that?
Come on.
I can't find the. I think they've now stuck it under tourist.
All right.
I don't want to. No. Fuck. Yeah, I think that I think they've rationalised the tickets now. So now it looks like I wouldn't buy it just yet. I'm going to investigate this.
Hey, I won't go now. I'll just check in.
But it looks like if you buy the Berlin City Tour card, you get the AB one. That's about the same price. That's $49.80.
Yeah.
Or you get the 5-day. So we're there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, 5 days. The 5-day one is $49.80 as well. Yeah, so looks like the Berlin City Tour card will suffice.
Okay.
But there used to be a season ticket that was I think it was a 7-day season ticket.
Right,
Now they
so
only
yeah,
do.
Yeah.
Now they only do 31-day season tickets.
Ah.
So.
Hockey-dock.
Oi, Tom. In the chat. We are calling you. Du bist German. Have they changed the tickets? They on the. I'm pretty sure it's the Berlin City Tour card.
Which gets the S-Bahn and the U-Bahn as well.
It's everything. It's S-Bahn, U-Bahn.
Yeah, the
trams.
U-Bahn to get to the museum, don't we?
Yeah. Thomas, where are you, Thomas? That's what I call my daughter's boyfriend. He's called Tom. Me and Jackie, because we're old, we remember the
cartoon.
cartoon Tom and Jerry.
The maids in the Tom and Jerry cartoons.
You only saw her feet, though, didn't you? Her legs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sort of up to her penny. Here he is, Thomas. We used to be able to get a 5-day season ticket on the what is it, the BVB or whatever it's called, but they don't seem to do a 5-day season ticket anymore. Anyway, I'm sure that's the one, but I will double check tomorrow. There's nothing. I realised the other day I hadn't taken out my travel insurance for Super Booth, so that's been rectified.
Yeah, I did a year one when I went to Iceland, so I think I'm all right. Yeah.
Oh, look at that bloody! The only German in the chat, and he doesn't know. No, it's all right. I think I've got it sussed. Yeah, I hate doing these bloody because you have to list all your medical conditions. It makes you feel really shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I got platinum cover, and I added extra gadget cover because I'll be taking extra gadgets. It cost me about 40 quid for the 5 days.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. I use cedar tree, and every time you use them, you get a bigger discount than the last time.
Oh, that's good.
And then they also you can also enter multiple prize draws every month. I've never won anything, but you know. But it's really it's underwritten. It's underwritten by some big company. But it's well worth having a look at. I do all my travel insurance through them now.
All right.
But I think I've got everything sorted.
Batteries.
Finally got my letter from Ryanair so I can take my CPAP on board.
Oh, right. Let's hope
Do
the
you remember,
lady of the gate.
remember last year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they didn't actually send a letter. They sent an email that said, you've been approved.
Yeah, which
so I
we printed
printed that out, showed that to her. She's like, well, it doesn't look like a letter. I said, well, that's what you fucking sent. But this time they've actually sent a letter. As in, not in the post, but I can print it off. But
yeah, cool.
yeah. What seat are you on the plane?
3A, I think.
Oh, you're behind me. I'm on 2A.
Oh, right.
No, 2C. On the aisle.
Yeah, you like the aisle, don't you?
Yeah.
I always like the window, so I don't have to piss about getting up for people going to the loo.
Well, that's why I like the aisle seat, because when I want to go, I don't have to worry about anybody being in the way. But I always generally prefer the window seat. But I almost went to swap. I was looking at them the other day, and I went to. I think I could have swapped to that one that you sit in, where you get the extra leg room at the front.
Yeah, that was good. That was a fluke though, because on the way back, that wasn't the same.
No, they have different configs. I think I could only do that on one direction.
That's if there's any flights by the time you go.
Well,
yeah, well, everybody's saying that.
Yeah. Apparently, I think Air Emirates had just cancelled 20,000 flights.
No, that's Lufthansa.
Oh, was it Lufthansa?
Lufthansa have cancelled 20,000 flights, but it doesn't. It's not as bad as it sounds, because the flights they're cancelling are the ones that have either got virtually nobody on them, or they can move the people on those flights to other flights that day. So instead of
Yeah,
having
yeah.
3 flights to Berlin, for example,
Yeah.
they'll do 1 flight and cram everyone in there.
Yeah. But of course, it's going to get worse as time goes by, the longer it stays shut. So
Well, at the moment, Ryanair is saying they're not cancelling anything.
yeah.
So fingers crossed.
You should live with Nick back then, won't we?
Well, that's what I said to Nick. I said, if it comes to it and they do cancel, I'll drive. Stick all your gear in the back.
Any excuse to drive that car, innit?
Yeah, look.
Well,
Super
any excuse
Nick.
to drive it into Germany onto the autobahns,
Oh, hello.
where I can open her up.
Yeah. Get the cobwebs out of it.
Yeah,
Granny's attic.
indeed.
Norwegian has cancelled all flights. Where's that?
Gatwick?
Gatwick. Oh.
Well, yeah, it's Gatwick, isn't it?
I can't see behind that this little icon at the bottom
Yes.
of the chat.
Yeah.
Making things right. And they go, what are you putting it there for?
I think Gatwick is the only Berlin welcome card, 5 days. Now there's a
Touristy job, wasn't it?
the welcome card, but if you get the city tour card, the 5-day city tour card, it's about €3 cheaper. Not that I'm arguing about €3, but I'm arguing about €3 because I was a tight motherfucker. I had this awful feeling the other day that I thought I hadn't paid for the hotel, because sometimes when you book it, it's like you get the choice of pay on arrival or pay in advance.
Not with that hotel. You don't get the choice, do you?
I couldn't remember, so I went on and I'd paid for it, but they just charge you the city tax when you get there, which is about €40-something for the 3 or 4 days that we're there. 5. Oh yeah. No, 4, is it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? 4 nights, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I've got everything booked, so next week, pack my case.
Yep.
Well, actually, I probably won't do it too soon. Leave it. Get my hair cut.
Is it 2 weeks?
2 weeks today is the first day.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you going to leave drinks flask here at home this time, are you?
Yeah, probably.
Have a plastic bottle.
Yeah. Well, I've got my Arturia bottle that they gave me last year, but it's glass, so I don't want to risk it. No, I might bring the one that I've got, but because I do need to keep my fluids up, but especially in the mornings.
It reminded me, I bought a new coffee mug tonight. I miss my big mug.
She's
'Cause the
downstairs,
first
what's she
one-
telling you?
No, the first one, I think one of the dogs knocked it off the coffee table because somebody came to the door. I bought another one and it came the following day. And then Siri kicked that one off the coffee table and broke it. So this is the 3rd time lucky.
I'm trying to tell you something. Don't like big mugs.
Yeah.
No, I think there'll be plenty of liquid refreshment on site, so...
Let's hope the beer's better. The Heineken shite.
I don't mind a bit of Heineken.
Yeah, while I'm working on the car, I've got my ProSense Network bottle and filling that with Ribena.
Yeah, they're very good. They're very well insulated, those.
Oh yeah, no, it stays even in the hot weather. It stays cold.
Yeah.
No trouble at all.
Well, I'll fill one up before I go to bed. With drink, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, not that I can't be bothered to go to the toilet.
Yeah, just piss in it. Yeah.
Well, I put a few ice cubes in there, and by 10 o'clock the following morning, it's still ice cold.
Yeah.
So it's rather good.
Well, we're celebrating getting the decking actually cleared of all sorts of crap. And we're going to have... she's bought a couple of these chairs you hang suspend from the rafters. The sort of like cloth things
Oh
you
yeah,
see.
I've seen those chairs.
Sex swing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just thinking that. Yeah.
funny how we all started thinking that. Eh?
So I said, all right, we'll have a meal out there tomorrow.
Oh
So,
yeah, what are you eating?
Yeah. So I bought some corned beef, some ham, some Philadelphia.
Do you know these tits, Errol?
Lots and lots of bread and all the rest. And this huge fucking strawberry cheesecake. I'm really looking forward to that. He's like, yeah, baby. Have some of that. Because must be, I'm so fucking exhausted now, it's ridiculous. Because we've got these 3-4 days of glorious sunshine coming up.
Yeah.
Saturday, I reckon it's going to be about 21.
Nice today. Good for what?
It was.
After
It's
lunch
still,
today,
it's
went
still a
for
bit
walk.
blustery, so...
It was windy, yeah.
Yeah, it's too blustery for spraying.
Yeah, I
Whereas
can imagine.
Saturday apparently it's going to be really, really good. Going to be very, very light as the breezes.
And I'll be in here all afternoon. Around the show.
Missing it, yeah. But it's that, that turning point where we're actually going to start being able to put things back into the car this weekend.
Did
the
you
first
manage
time.
to get the 2 bolts sorted that had broken off?
Yeah, I drilled it out and then we tapped it. Because otherwise we won't be able to put the fucking driver's door on. Fucking thing. And I'm glad I was able to do it from the outside because otherwise you've got to take the entire dashboard out
Yeah.
and then unbolt the plate to get into the A-frame so you can get to the plate and work with it out of the car. I'm glad I got it sorted because otherwise it might have been it would just be a fucking nightmare otherwise. But all the shuts are prepared now. I've got to take the front screen out so we can put the headlining in. That's going to be fun. You got to cut the front screen out with a blade, big saw blade. That should be an interesting exercise. I hope the suction cups hold the screen when we pull it out.
Well, it's not bonded in, is it?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, front and back. Yeah.
Didn't realise cars that early had bonded screens.
Muzzies did. I've got this chrome spray. It's absolutely fantastic finish. We just couldn't believe how realistic it is. But it's 48 quid a tin. This spray.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's pricey. But the finish is just absolutely flawless. It looks like not silver at all. It looks chrome, proper chrome.
That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah. And I've ordered the wheel arch trims as well. Because you're gonna have to have as much chrome on it as possible because she's jet black.
Maybe for you, Jason.
It's not far off from me, to be honest.
Same
It's nice
here.
falling out my head. I must have moved 120, 130 keyboards today. Reorganised everything.
Do you want gold medal? Fuck's sake.
I know I could have done with a fucking hand. Where the fuck were you?
Here.
Yeah, well out of the way, dodgy bastard. I'll tell you what I'm missing at the moment. I've lost the garage keys. I've got to take all these flight cases around to the garage.
Oh, well, nice one.
Yeah.
Have you looked under the sofa?
It's one of the reasons we pulled the sofa out. We've been
Right,
promising ourselves to pull that sofa out for so long. I said, well, look, we're looking for keys and everything else, so let's do it. Which turned into a fucking monumental job. It was literally like 3 or 4 huskies behind there. Never seen so much dog hair in one place.
I've just realised your internet is working upstairs, so what's changed?
That's because it's RJ45 direct.
Right,
It's not wireless.
not wireless.
No. So like with the iPad, I can go into the kitchen as soon as I walk out the door. Winks out.
Something with the router in it.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. Because I've got no internet down in the workshop at all. Well, I've got no internet on the decking. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
But didn't that extender that Haley gave you, didn't that run off RJ45? Or is that...
Yes. That's connected to the router down in the workshop.
Right.
And then you've got your wireless coverage down there.
I was going to say, because surely if you run a fucking stupid length 45 up to the router in your kitchen, then you'd have coverage all over the place.
Yeah, well, this is why I think there's something wrong, because the extender in the kitchen should be RJ45 down to the workshop. And now I'm thinking about it. So why is there only one plug in the back of it?
It does sound about right for a mesh system, though.
Because you should have one coming from the main router in the front room.
We generally only use those for setup. If I
Well,
remember,
no, because you RJ45 from the router in the front room to the extender in the kitchen, and then you have wireless coverage there, yeah, for the iPad and everything else.
Yeah.
But then there should be another cable plugged into it of a 30-meter RJ45 that goes down to the workshop, that goes to the other router to give you internet coverage there as well. But you can also run the laptop down there on the network rather than wirelessly, right?
Yeah.
And it's just occurred to me, there's only one cable plugged in the back of the router.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when I set up Haley's mesh system, and it sounds about right that she only had the one port on the back of each of her repeaters.
Yeah, if she's wirelessly doing it, yeah, one cable coming from the other router. But that one should have fucking 2. So there's a cable.
Without knowing what system you're running, I can't say so.
I think Fiona's. Oh, I know what she's done. It's when she was clearing the decking. I bet she's unplugged it. And that's why it's not fucking running.
Could be. Yeah, because you'd be getting a better fucking spread with that repeater that Haley sent from the workshop.
Yeah.
Because that fucking thing.
Because that's then not receiving any internet on the network because it's not coming from the router up in the kitchen.
And that delivers a fucking stupid range
Yeah.
on your internet. That bloody thing.
Mind you, I was talking to Ty today, and he said that new satellite, very, very latest new type of internet thing.
Not Starlink.
I don't know, it's costing thousands.
That sounds about right. Starlink.
And he said he's losing connection walking between one room and another. And it says you're supposed to have, 1,000-meter range on these satellites. And he's got 7 or 8 satellites set up. And he's still not getting great coverage.
Yeah, it's a mesh system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not happy bunny about that.
I think Haley paid about 70 quid for hers, and it's been flawless ever since we put it in.
Yeah.
I had a mesh system at the old house, and when I moved here, the mesh system wasn't up to the speed because we're on fibre to the property here. And the mesh system, every time I connected the mesh system, it dropped the speeds right down. So, but luckily, this house isn't as kind of spread out as the last one, so I just have the router here in the hall. Everything is absolutely fine. All wireless, but you've got a gigabit here.
Yeah.
But I think I only get on the wireless. I get something like 300 to 500.
I think Haley gets up at Haley's you can get 700.
Mm.
It's fucking rapido. It's a good system she's got up there.
Well, the speed checker on the iPad says to get roughly about 980.
Fuck off, you lot. I max out at 70 here. Brinkers.
Well, I'll tell you what else I found in the shed. My BBC LSO.
Oh, the drive.
The actual, the
Oh, right, okay. Little black drive.
in its little box and everything with the little
Oh, it all signed.
hand-signed card and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
Wait, what the fucking hell's that doing in the shed?
yeah.
It was in a big stacker box full of Soma parts. Fucking hell, what are you doing out there? Get in here. Yeah, it reminds me, I must put my shell back together as well. I remember outrightly had a problem with the modulation panel on that. That's what got taken apart.
Yeah.
I'll give her a squeeze for you in a couple of weeks.
Alright, cheers. I haven't heard hide my hair from her since I did the Moog. Was it last year? Last
She's a
summer?
busy girl.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I was really hoping this year I'd get a picture with her, Dina, and Lisa. Now Lisa's not going.
Yeah.
You have to get your Photoshop out there. You got some pictures from last year.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually ever met Dina in person yet.
No?
It's lovely.
No.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Oh yeah, we have little chats and everything on Messenger and stuff like that, but I've never actually, I don't think I've ever met her in person.
That time at Bristronica where what did she lose? She lost something, didn't she?
Oh, she lost the cable for the raffle prize.
Yeah.
So the poor bloke had won it.
We couldn't pay her up.
It was underneath the stand there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was losing her shit over that, wasn't she?
That reminds me, I found the pot with the rest of those tag switches for those matrix panels I gave her.
Mm.
I must get them to her. But
Are
I
they
keep going,
small?
I must post them, and I put them down, and I've lost them again, and then find them weeks later.
Are they small, Kent? Or because I could take them with me to Berlin, but I probably. What
Yeah,
are they?
well, if I find them, yeah. No, they're all in this little plastic pot,
Oh, okay.
about 3 inches across, so neatly tacked in there.
Oh, I
And then
see.
it makes those 2 matrix panels complete. Then,
Right. Yeah, see if we can dig them out then, and I'll pick them up.
yeah, because those ones are. Let's see. Yeah, because what happened was couldn't find these things, they're funny little things. They got like a little pointy bit that you actually move up and down on the matrix panel,
Right.
but it goes into this like a big piece with a recess, and that sits over the brass contacts inside. And when I was putting Hans's 2500 back together, I couldn't find these. There was about 16 of them missing. I could not find them for love nor money. Couldn't figure out why they were separated from all the others. Had all the others, and I mean there was thousands of them. And I could not find them. And so in a mad panic, I bought 2 panels from a guy in Canada for I think it was £2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about £1,000 each. These and all they are is just panels with, just brass connectors. And took the bits out and fitted them into the to Hans's one, so he could go back to LA because he wanted to use it on Dunkirk or whatever it was. And so I had these 2 panels with these things missing, and then these missing ones fucking turned up. And what had happened was that because they didn't have the aluminium front panels on the modules, because they'd gone off to be re-silk screen, anodized and re-silk screened. So these things are sort of like just sitting there quietly, and hopefully, and something had happened where they got hit or something had moved them, and they'd all pinged off and they'd fallen into the bottom of the box, and they got separated, over time, because the thing was apart for like 9 months, I think, while all the front panels were being done.
Right.
And they got separated in the confusion, and of course then these things turned up, so I needed to bought the panels.
Oh.
And the thing was, what the panels cost me to buy cancelled out what I was being paid to do the job. So I did this £2,500 for technically nothing. So and I thought, I could always sell these panels, I suppose. And I thought, no, what's the point? And then when Dina was saying about she was looking for up 2,500 panels, anything, bits and bobs, I said, well, look, I've got these 2 matrix panels. Do you want them? Have them.
And she was very grateful.
So she's got the panels, just needs those little bits you're on about, right?
Well, I think one
I gave
panel's
her the
complete. Yeah, one panel's complete, if I remember rightly, and then one has several missing, several of the actual things missing. And this pot contains the things, and once they're in, they are completed panels.
Okay. Yeah, dig it out then. And there's something you were going to give Mike Metley as well, wasn't there?
Punch in the mouth.
I was about to say smack in the face, but
Yeah, this.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's the rocker switch on a CS80,
All right.
because it actually moves in here. The track's on the side, and not underneath or anything like that. So.
Okay. I'll take
And
that
this-
as well then.
And I still find it incredible that after 30 years of working on CS80s, I've never had a scratchy slider. Not one. Ever. They just don't get dirt in them. Because they've got these little rubber curtains on them.
Yeah, all right.
And nothing ever gets in. Ever.
Yeah. It's like my wife and her beef curtains. Nothing gets in, ever.
wow.
Sorry.
You're asking for a slap, Rob.
I know. Never get one, but keep asking. Slap it, slap it.
It's a good job Jackie doesn't watch this.
Man, maybe she does. I don't know.
I know Fiona's come across some of them before now.
Ew.
When because she uses my YouTube account on the TV.
I missed that.
Oh dear, that's degenerated quick, isn't it?
It doesn't take long.
Shit.
Well, on the pub, it's like, oh look, a bus. Here we go. Won't take us long to get there. No, Fiona's like a dog with 2 dicks anyway, because apparently they're doing a bullet train too.
Do you see the trailer for the Wile E. Coyote movie?
No.
It's a live-action movie with Wile E. Coyote, Roadrunner, and all the Warner Brothers, like
Really?
Bugs Bunny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Wile E. Coyote is taking Acme to court because their products are terrible. But the trailer looks a little bizarre.
Acme
but-
or Timu? Which one was it?
Well, yeah. But it does look quite funny.
But it's not a cartoon.
It's a live action movie, but the cartoon, the character, the cartoon character.
an overlay.
It's a bit like Space Jam, that sort of thing.
Yeah, cartoon overlay on real backgrounds. Yeah.
No.
Oh, that sounds like a giggle.
And there's that thing. I watched this thing on Apple called For All Mankind, which is this alternate
Yeah, what do you think of
timeline.
the latest series of that? I think it's a bit slow.
I gave up on
it has
that
a bit.
couple of series ago. 'Cause
Yeah.
it goes
It
on
was
and
brilliant
on.
last time, getting the the bits for Mars and all
Well,
that.
there's a new one that starts at the end of May called Star City, and it's a spin-off.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's from the Russian perspective, so it's the same universe with
cool.
similar. So Sergei, Sergei, the Russian guy that has the affair with the American woman who,
Yeah.
he's
Margot.
in it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, Margot, that's it. She needs to be in it more in this season, I think. But she's
cool.
yeah. But
What's this?
yeah, so Sergei's in it, and then there's somebody else.
It's an
But
alternate timeline.
it's the same. So the Star City is still part of the same universe, but it's just looking at it from the Russian perspective rather than the American perspective.
It's
And
a
so
space
therefore
race,
it's
basically.
very, very dark. And Anna Maxwell Martin is in it, and she plays a Russian KGB officer. And
Does she wear boots?
pass the fucking Kleenex, if you please, because
Oh,
Anna Maxwell
Rob,
Martin
Get
is
a
one of
room,
those.
Man.
Yeah. Rest me anytime.
No. No, she
I
doesn't
love
make
it.
my top 100.
I'll tell you what, your front room must look like a fucking Jackson Pollock painting under blue light.
By the way, just change the subject. Jane says hello.
Hello, Jane.
Hello, Jane.
But yeah,
She's in Exeter.
and Reese Ifans is in it as well.
Oh, right.
I like Reef. He's all right.
Yeah,
He's good.
so it looks,
I don't think I'll watch it because I gave up on the last series. Although, Rob, I think it was you. Didn't you recommend Andor to me?
Possibly, yeah, it's very
And
good.
then we started watching it last week, and we binge watched the first 3 episodes and thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, you got to do all of that, and then as soon as you finish Andor, you've got to watch Rogue One, because that's the film that continues the
I
story.
know, but I never liked Rogue One.
Oh, but it
made no
hits
sense.
it hits harder. It hits harder once you've watched Andor and all of the build up. It doesn't make it. I don't think it changes the film, but I think it just it changes the way it lands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the better ones for sure.
I've started to binge Blacklist with with Spader in it.
Oh yeah.
Remington. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Blacklist
It's the one with Spader in it.
James Spader?
Yeah.
James
Yeah.
Spader, yeah.
It's very
I don't
good.
think I've seen it. For some reason, I thought I'd watched.
He's a criminal that he's sort of.
No,
helping
I haven't
the
watched
FBI
it.
out.
I have been watching. What was it? The bloody British cult thing that's on Netflix. Unchosen. It's a bit pants.
Yeah.
It's got too many moments where you go, "That wouldn't bloody happen." Yeah,
We
it's
started
full
watching
of them, you know.
that one it's a horror series, and it's executive produced by the Duffer Brothers who did Stranger Things.
Okay.
And we got halfway through the first episode, and we're like, and we looked at each other and thought, it might be a slow burner, but it certainly the first episode needs to grab you and pull you
Does.
in.
It really does, because
This wasn't
you get to
doing
the end
it.
of the first episode and go, "Oh God, it's finished. I want to watch the next one." And when they don't do that, you know, we would tend to give things 2 episodes, and if we're not gripped by then, that's it.
Did enjoy the capture, the
Oh,
last
yeah,
season.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was really good.
Well, there was a really good Guardian article, you know, because a lot of the background to that stuff is based on fact. I know we haven't got that technology yet, but
Yet.
you know, the guys who were, you know, it was really good,
And
because I kept thinking all the way through, well, where's this going?
Yeah.
You know.
'Cause it was very twisted
Yeah,
turny. and
Jane does say hi back, by the way.
the
She's
twist
just gone to bed.
the twist got twisted, and I like that, because
Yeah.
you think you've got it figured out, and
Yeah,
then you
exactly,
haven't, and then
yeah.
you do, and then you don't again. But I do like Holly Granger. I think she's great.
Now she
Fiona
would
is
make the top
binge
10.
watching Doctor Who. At the moment, she's up to 1972. And I've never seen so many diving suits that have been painted.
Painted silver.
Yeah, and people with buckets on their head and all sorts of fucking. I'm looking at it and go, I used to hide behind a settee to this.
Yeah, but the Cybermen were something else.
Cybermen were great.
Well,
No,
no,
the sea,
see now we've got
Devils were the one that fucked me up.
Well, funny enough, the Sea Devils is the one that she watched last night, and you look at the costumes and you go, "What was I hiding behind a settee for this?" Really,
Yeah, but
it's funny, but there you go.
we were
But
naive.
the one
we
that
were
stuck
young,
with
we were
me,
young.
I was telling Ty about this. I said it was the one with the master, and he was able to control plastic, and he got people to sit in this inflatable black chair, and it sort of like swallowed him up. It scared the shit out of me, and I was telling Ty about it. And he goes, he said it scared the fuck out of me. He says I couldn't get to sleep. I couldn't go to bed without the light off for about 6 weeks after watching that.
You know
I went,
what
yeah,
scared
you and
the
me
hell out of
both,
me?
mate.
My parents took me to the cinema in 1970, whatever year it came out.
Yeah.
You'll laugh. It was Death on the Nile with Peter Ustinov as Poirot. It was on TV the other week, and that's the first time I've watched it in however many years.
I think that's
But they
78.
they took me to the cinema
Yeah.
in 78, and we watched Death on the Nile, and because they repeatedly show the woman in the bed getting shot in a bunch of different ways, when I got home that night, I was scared shitless that somebody would come into my room and shoot me in the
Shit
head.
in the bed. Yeah.
And I remember I just freaked, and my mum was trying to calm me down. My dad, being my dad, was just, shut the door, he'll fucking sleep when he's tired and sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I always thought, how could I get Agatha fucking Christie? Jesus. But for 1978, I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
It's not horribly graphic, but it's
No.
it's
enough
not.
for your
What,
It was shocking.
it was it was enough.
It was like, oh. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
And being in the cinema, I was seeing it on the big screen.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
But then this was also around the same time that I bought the first issue of a magazine called The Unexplained.
Oh, God.
And it came with a cover-mounted flexi disc that was featured supposed recordings of ghost voices, from the other side.
Winston
screwed up.
Churchill.
Yeah, and then if you in the magazine, there was there was an article on spontaneous human combustion.
Oh,
yeah.
And there were pictures
I
of
bought that magazine.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes.
Arthur C. Clarke, something to do with that.
possibly, yeah.
Arthur C. Clarke's Unexplained or something,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It was. I think it was just called the Unexplained. I
The
think maybe
Unexplained,
Arthur C. Clarke
episode edition 1.
edition
I
one. And then,
remember
yeah,
that combustion. Yeah.
I had
and I just remember getting so freaked out about it that I hid the magazine under my bed, and I was still freaked out by the audio on the flexi disc that I actually got the flexi disc and cut it up into tiny pieces and threw it away. Yeah,
I wish I had that flexi disc now.
Yeah, but
I know. I do. I mean, I can still kind of remember what it was. All these kind of noises, and they would say, "Oh yeah, they're saying this," and of course, they're not saying the words. But once you read the words, you kind of hear.
Yeah.
It's like
your brain's-
pareidolia, where you see images in things that aren't there.
It's all suggestion, yeah. But I remember there was a picture of the lower part of a leg in a fireplace.
in the
wasn't
file.
That
in the
makes-
half, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Risa, I think the person's name was Mr. Risa.
Pair of shoes next to an armchair.
there?
Wasn't
That's
it?
it. Yeah.
I can still remember that
Yeah,
photo.
yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although there was stuff in there that still hasn't been debunked, like the picture of the little girl sitting in the field with the spaceman behind her.
Yeah.
That has still not been proved to
Yeah,
be faked.
that's an awesome picture, that one.
Yeah. It was that got me into all the spiritualist stuff. Reading that. Yeah, you know.
It's just when you look at it on a larger scale, when you consider how far away various bodies are from each other in space, why would you travel all that way, all that expense, just to go like that and fuck off
Yeah.
again, or stick something up somebody's ass?
Circle in the bloody field.
Yeah,
Stick something
It's a long
up
way to
somebody's
go
ass.
to satisfy your anal kink, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, the nearest
Depends
was
how
it
bad the urge is, doesn't it?
Well,
the nearest possible habitable planet is minimum. I think it's 10.5 light years away.
Yeah. On the light, yeah.
That's a long way to go. Just
It's got a wormhole.
I was going to say wormholes. There's your fucking. You get out of
But-
jail, innit?
But would you travel
Yeah,
all that
if-
way,
if it does work.
wormholes or not? Would we, if you think
If you're
about
that
the
intelligent, you're not going to draw in
Yeah.
the bloody field, are you?
if we were able to travel vast distances to another planet where it was habited by a sentient, conscious, intelligent life form, would we just go and then fuck off? We wouldn't. We wouldn't do that. So why would
no. Hopefully, we would go. Oh, they are not as advanced as us, and dominate them
they? Probably.
and rape their planet for resources.
Who says that didn't happen to us?
Yeah, we might be them.
Yeah, I'm reading Days of Triffids at the moment.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, because there's a whole thing on War of the Worlds at the
I was going
moment.
to say, well, if War of the Worlds starts, at least we've got Ken to play the fucking music for us.
Well, no. Here's the thing: they're trying to put the finances together at the moment to make a film, but based on the double albums version of War of the
That's-
Worlds.
I know Jeff Wayne has been talking about doing that for
For
decades.
a long time.
Yeah,
A long
but there's been a
time.
lot of contribute money from.
It's easy for you to say.
Apparently, it isn't. Lots of contributions from the fan base to get this thing done, and even people have been making the 3D models and everything for the spider one
Well,
and
he
the
did-
walkers.
He did when he started doing the live shows. He paid for a bunch of CGI to be done of certain sequences that were shown throughout the live show that were combined with some of the physical, you
Yeah.
know, the actual props that were on stage. But
The
the
live
thing
show
is,
was
with
good.
yeah, the live show was great. But the thing is, with the with War of the Worlds, hold 3 fingers up, dance a jig.
Stick thing 3.
Show us your knob.
No, don't do that again.
Yeah, what happened?
Strike.
I don't know, but mate, you're glowing. I mean,
What?
Jesus,
Yeah,
Jesus is
just-
glowing.
Oh,
the light of the Father be upon you.
Jeff, happy Easter.
He hath risen again.
He is risen.
Roll away the stone.
Like a good loaf of bread, he is risen.
yeah, mate. Eggs. What the fuck's that all about?
Rabbits.
Yeah. How do we celebrate the rising of our Saviour? Chocolate egg. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
And rabbits. Yeah.
And rabbits. Yeah.
Right, all right, we got. Actually, I've got to go get it because we got a gift from some German friends, right, for Easter, and let me go get it. I'll go. This'll crack you up. Hang on.
Is that a dildo?
Eggs crack you up. No, sorry.
Leather straps and chocolate.
how you doing, Jeff? You're very bright.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just sunlight is.
It's the righteousness of Canada
Yeah.
glowing on his
Yeah.
face.
His
Take
dad's-
that, flat earthers, you wankers.
His dad's pointing him out again.
Yeah.
You go,
Because I've
where
been
is
a
he?
good boy.
Where the hell is he?
Got the spotlight on him.
And he said, "Let there be light." And there's my boy.
Light was, yes. No, I'm doing well, Peter. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about you last weekend.
Oh, I know.
Hello.
That must have been a good wank.
2 hands.
Yeah.
James put it away. Let me see if I can
Yeah,
find
ban
it.
that, YouTube, you wankers.
Because
It's
I
a,
know
it's a
you're
gold. It's a gold bunny rabbit holding an egg.
Oh no.
It's come from Germany. It's about that tall.
Well, it's German,
Absolutely
isn't it? I mean,
brilliant.
they're kinky fuckers.
Yeah, it's just. I said to it, "You've got to leave it out all year. It's fantastic."
Excellent.
I thought you went to get it.
The reason why I was thinking about you, Peter, is I know you love planes. I'm a plane lover as well. And I was walking around
Get a
Saturday,
room.
and no, what
A big
what happened
one.
is
It's got the wings.
I hear like airplanes but not jets, right?
Okay.
And I look up, and there's a P-51 Mustang
Oh, cool.
and a what's the name? It's a British plane, World War
Spitfire.
II.
Spitfire, Hurricane.
flying next to each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all that was missing was a Lancaster, I tell you.
Oh,
And I was like,
But the only flying one at the moment is in Canada, isn't it?
Was
What,
it
Lancaster?
yeah, we had
No,
a
it's Battle of the
Lancaster.
Britain Memorial flight.
No, he's been repaired this year. It's not flying.
Yeah, but it's
Was-
still
Yeah.
airworthy, isn't it? Yeah.
Was the one that the Germans really, really feared was it the Wellington with the front-mounted machine guns?
That was a Spitfire.
Yeah.
That was the.
Wellington was one that could take so much flack it just kept going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always like the Blenheim. I like the look of the Blenheim, Bristol Blenheim.
yeah.
You got Blenheim down at the
But
concourse.
I finally seen all the planes except the Vulcan, but all the World War II
see
planes
that.
anyway.
Fucking Vulcan was something else.
Yeah, that was a
Beautiful,
girl and a half.
gorgeous.
They fire
That,
up
that
over
was,
there, didn't they?
yeah. If that goes over, yeah,
Regularly.
fucking.
Your video with all the airplanes like from
Yeah,
the war.
which got copyright struck.
Not for the aeroplanes, it's bloody Farnborough Air Show. that got
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, two interesting facts about Concorde.
Go on then.
got a big
This
nose.
comes from the pilot, one of the pilots. He said that sitting in the cockpit when you're flying the plane, flying Concorde, you pass the speed of sound and everything like that. He said there's a bit of metal above you in the cockpit and you can't touch it because you'll burn yourself on it.
It gets so hot, yeah.
And yeah, it's minus 60 degrees on the other side of the panel.
Yeah.
And it also expands 8 inches.
8 inches, yeah.
And he put his
Fucking-
hat in Bristol.
Know
didn't
that
he?
feeling.
He stuck his hat in there. Now it's stuck.
Yeah.
It's not your waist,
Sideways.
Robbie. It's
There's a TSR2 at Duxford,
Yeah.
but I've never seen one fly. Well, not many people have, I suppose.
Well, no. They were told to get rid of all the jigs and everything when that was
Yeah.
cancelled.
It's
They
a
managed
weird
to-
fucking.
I still think
looking
I've got
thing,
the
isn't
most
it?
interesting fact about the Vulcan.
Oh, not that one. You get struck off again. We'll have to start again.
It's true. I remember my mum. I think she was.
Because you told me to put a clip of that up on my channel, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find when you'd said it, so I haven't bothered.
Because I
I
remember
couldn't
my mum
find the pub-
started talking about it.
Yeah. I remember talking about it.
I mean, not to
couldn't find the
me,
clip.
but I overheard her conversation. I just went, "Wow, under a Vulcan." Wow.
Well, if you're going to do it, make it memorable.
And she used to love
at least.
pointing out. She goes, "Oh, but when it was white."
Was she the reason it was?
She said she always said it looked better in white than it did in grey.
Yeah.
Looked fucking beautiful in
It was
white.
the anti-flash, wasn't it? It was the anti-flash paint.
Anti-nuclear flash, yeah.
Yeah.
But all those on the film, Jeff, were all prototypes. The whole point of that film was that was the start of, and the first one where you got the bloke talking, he was ex-Battle of Britain pilot, who was obviously a test pilot for Bristol Engines. They didn't have an airplane when they had the first Olympus engine, so they strapped on a Canberra bomber, and this thing didn't go fast, but it just wanted to climb, and he ended up going 13 miles up in the air in 1952.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
Lost consciousness, came back down, and then woke up. Yeah. They broke so many records you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
And it's in these diaries that I've been given by the
Well,
trust.
it's important note. I think you've got to bring your own oxygen when you go that high.
It's like, well, they didn't know. That's how.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you find out. You
was
do
none of
They
this
never
shit.
flew. They never flew above 10,000 feet. So yeah.
Here you go.
Ow.
That was her last flight when she, well, the series of last flights when she went around
Oh, yeah.
XH558. And that was at Norwich Airport.
Yeah.
Beautiful fucking plane.
Little sweetheart.
She wasn't flying that slow. That's me slowing the thing down.
Back when Britain was great. It was really great. It was really super great.
Everything on that plane was British.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, exactly. Back in the day when we used to make fucking things here.
Yeah, and then not given to the Yanks. Like our Harrier jump jets.
Yeah.
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 Was it the AV8B, wasn't it?
Is it still the only vertical takeoff aircraft?
No,
No, the F-35 does it.
the 35s do it. Yeah.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Because for a while it was the only one,
yeah.
wasn't it? The
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Was it the A88? Is it the A80 or
No, it was
A88?
the Harrier. The American one was the McDonnell Douglas AV-8B. That was the American version of it.
But it was
That it
all
was
up.
originally.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like the Apaches. You know, that's an American design that
Yeah.
we've copied. Westland
Westland.
did
Yeah.
a licensed version. But yeah, it does happen. Yeah, it was. I always loved the Harrier. I always kind of liked the Sea Harrier because of that slightly raised cockpit. Gave it a bit more of a unique kind of elegant.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to buy one of the ex-Falkland ones. They only wanted $5,000 for it. Should have bloody bought it.
Mind you, the Russian ones always looked impressive. Those big gunships they had.
Yeah.
Oh, what, the helicopters? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen one for real, one that was used in Vietnam War,
Yeah.
and it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I
You wonder how the hell it's in the air.
and it's bigger than a Chinook. You know, the two blades one.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a Chinook. I've been in a Chinook, and this is bigger. And it was like, fuck.
Yeah, those things, they're armed to the fucking teeth as well, aren't they?
We've got a squadron of Apaches just outside Stone Market. We've got RAF Wattisham's
Oh, really?
Army Air Corps.
Fucking
And they
Hank
often
Marvin
do.
walking past outside.
Sorry,
Hank Marvin walking past outside.
but they often come over, the town. But when I used to live about 7 miles from here in the village, they would do practices or whatever, manoeuvres, and they would do this thing where they would fall behind the tree line, and then they would throw the radar up, because the radar is this big round thing that sits above the rotor, and it kind of shoots up, and that's the thing that they'll sit behind the tree line, they'll shoot that thing up, and that thing will pick out all the targets, lock them all in within seconds, and then the helicopter then goes up and goes, tick, 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 and that's it, takes everything out. And they would do that in the fields behind our house, and you could see them messing around, and
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
And then shoot you.
Yeah.
Yeah, to move.
But you don't know they're there until they're there.
No.
They are very very clever. Aye.
Well, I guess
I was
you wouldn't
watching
know
that
they
thing.
weren't there if they weren't there, would you?
Sorry?
I was going to say you wouldn't know they weren't there if they weren't there.
Yeah, but you
Well,
wouldn't know
no,
they
you
weren't
know
there if
they
they
were
were
there when
there
they're there.
until they're there.
Yeah, but that's right. It's the only time you'd know.
Exactly. And then it's
Yeah,
too late.
yeah.
You wouldn't know they were there if they
Oh, yeah.
weren't. So
It's like a Monty Python's
Shut
sketch
up.
or-
No children.
I was watching that thing about Chernobyl the other day.
Oh, is it
That's
any good?
50 years.
Is it any
Well, it
good?
was just it was a little BBC
Documentary.
thing.
It's only half an hour, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was interesting because
it's not 50, is it? It's 40. 86?
sorry, 40 years, yeah. Whatever. It feels like 50.
Because
It's the fucking
I always
radiation.
wanted to go. Is it
I-
Pripyat?
Pripyat. Pripyat. Yeah.
I always wanted to go because you could used to be able to do the tour.
Well, there was after they did the TV drama, the Chernobyl TV drama, tourism rates went through the roof until some fucking arsehole started a war.
Yeah, I know.
And
That
so
means we're
now it's
probably
like a
never gonna
war
get
zone.
there.
Yeah, but they still do limited kind of tours. There are companies that are set up, and they'll take you, and then they'll obviously only keep you there as long as it is safe. But you can actually, I mean, this guy actually went into, because they put that big kind
Dome
of
and
semicircular
that's
dome
started
thing.
to fail, hasn't it? The dome.
Well, it got hit
Did it?
by a drone, but they've patched it up. But you can actually go in there now, and so you can even walk around the reactor 4 control room for a brief time. I don't know if I'd want to do that.
No,
We could send Kent. He's immune, isn't he? After the
Well,
amount
yeah.
he got as a kid.
Exactly.
He can do a film for us.
Yeah,
They
I could
wouldn't
probably
let him
go through
out.
the Van Halen belt.
But they were saying that is going to be inhabitable. Although they do think that the duration might come down, not because obviously it's the half-life of the two materials that were exposed. One has a half-life of like a few hundred years, and the other one is like millions of years or something stupid. And it can't be. They reckon initially they said that it was going to be uninhabitable by humans for 20,000 years or so before the radiation reached normal background levels. But they reckon that could be quicker now because of the amount that they've cleared up, that there's not a huge amount left.
But they found all sorts of things out there that they just didn't expect, like moulds that live on radiation and animals thriving and fuck knows what, isn't they?
Yeah.
Red dogs.
It's a massive science project out there. It really is.
Mm-hmm. Well, you seen that? Was it like a slug they found that lives at the bottom of the ocean?
Same Donald Trump.
No, but it's got scales over it, and it's literally iron scales.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's literally, I think they call it an armoured snail, basically. And it lives on, where the vents, the volcanic vents are. It lives down there. So not only is it taking the pressure and the heat, it's also nothing can bite it or anything.
But they're also like completely blocked. Well, they don't even have eyes. A lot of these, 'cause you
No.
don't need eyes because you can't see anything. But
There was saying something about with octopus. That that they can change the colour and they can match a surrounding, so you can barely see them. But they can't see what they're supposed to be matching.
It did.
Yeah, they actually rolled it.
Yeah, Martin Withers. It was the last but one flight, last flight that Martin was going to fly, and he said,
Withers
"What are they
did
going to do?" Withers was the same bloke that put the bomb on Port Stanley Air.
That's right. Yeah, I know.
But he was our pilot when we were displaying it, and he rolled it. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, Matt, I just seen a photograph. It made me sad.
Go on. If this is a bashed up JP8, I'm good. Oh.
My baby. My little baby girl.
Get over it. It's a car.
a shit car at that.
Fuck off.
Oh, it's a Chrysler. Come on.
You
Potty mouth.
you fucking glorified fucking pound shop beetle.
Pound shop beetle.
Yeah, it's a beetle with tits on it. Fuck off.
Very large bits.
And a thong. No, think about that article though. You look at it from the back and you go, "Oh fucking hell, that is a gorgeous looking car, you bastard."
It's got a nice-
Maybe
The side profile's pretty nice. as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Well, actually, from every angle, it looks pretty sexy. To
Yeah,
be
it
honest
looks
with
like a gangster car.
And then you see who gets in it, and you can't go in there.
But it was always the same. Whether it was Reacher, it didn't matter what fucking film it was. The bad guys were all driving around in 300Cs. And why did the good guy have a 300C? Why did all the bad guys have got to have 300Cs? For fuck's sake?
Because the
it
good
looks
guys
like a
generally have
fucking-
taste.
Count them.
What's that? And I was like,
It's because the bad guys always get carried off in a hearse, so they cut out the middleman.
Was that a fucking of all the cars he could have picked, an Austin Princess always gets such a fucking slap.
Or the ambassador, the
Oh,
ambassador, which was the posher version, wasn't it?
Then with what was it? The Bentley LS. I think it used to be like what the Prime Minister would drive in the 50s. Beautiful bloody motor. But somebody sent me a link to a Mercedes 380.
excuse me.
Right, and I went, why would I be interested in looking at Mercedes 380? It's not exactly the most glorious looking Mercedes going. Because if you type in Mercedes 380, it shows you that sort of like 90s shaped Merc, right? What he forgot to tell me was he didn't put in it that it should be a 1938 Mercedes 380. So I had a look at the 1938 Mercedes 380 and it was like, oh, Fucking hell. What a beautiful car.
Yeah.
Oh, my lord. Oh. But the good thing is that Hitler never drove in one, so it'd be all right. What a beautiful motorbike. Jesus Christ.
Somebody around the corner here has got an Audi A4 convertible.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I still swear. I mean, I say it's old. It's probably, I don't know, 10, 15 years old. It still has an air of SS staff car about it with the hood. It's got the roof down.
Yeah.
It does have an air of SS staff
Has it
car.
got trafficators?
Yeah. There's two guys riding on the back
Yeah.
in grey uniform.
Please
yeah.
take the Third Reich. Yeah.
Hey, question. What happened before the stream was blocked? Or
Apparently,
Somebody
YouTube
got the
doesn't like
tits out.
tits.
Kent showed an
banned.
album cover with tits on it, and they pulled the fucking stream.
oh, I thought.
But I have
Peter
showed the
his
picture
tits.
before, and it didn't before.
Kent's in trouble with the YouTube police.
Yeah. I'm just worried about what the damage it will do to my revenue.
Yeah.
No, there's no footage official, but there might be some footage that somebody might have filmed.
I reckon Peter knows who's got that footage.
Don't want to upset Martin with it.
540k. Yeah, the 540k is nice.
I think I'm going to go to bed, gentlemen, because it's past my
I'm not-
bedtime.
I'm not.
Really
gonna be
been a
far.
night.
I know.
I'm going to make a move in a second as well. I think.
Yeah, so am I. I've got to get up early tomorrow.
I will love you. And
Yeah,
leave
me
you.
too.
And
There's
say
a hockey
more
game
pubs, please.
starting.
Hockey, huh?
It's the series,
Oh.
the Stanley Cup series.
hockey.
That's hockey. Yes,
That's
that
a
a
girls' game here, you know that.
it is.
Vicious, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
yeah, but it's like it's like rugby, isn't it? It's American football, with the gloves off
Yeah.
and the crash helmets and the
yeah.
armored
Yeah,
body
but I mean,
suits.
You have a 225-pound guy who's skating at 30 kilometers an hour, slams you into the board. Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
That fucking hurts.
Yeah, but girls
'cause-
play it here, mate, as you said.
Yeah, but not like they do
Yeah,
like
Jane
with ice
does that
hockey.
to you,
I
Ian.
mean, ice hockey, that's a whole
not.
different ball game.
You fall over and got your fingers out.
Which reminds me, somewhere I've got a DVD of Slapshot somewhere.
Best hockey movie ever.
Isn't it just those three, the twins with
The
glasses?
the Hanson brothers.
Yeah.
Right,
And-
good night.
Night, Ian.
See you later.
See you later, Ian.
Bye,
I'm
guys.
going to bugger off as well. Good night.
All right,
Okay,
see you
good
later,
night,
Matty.
See you later.
No, it is. Yeah, it is. And they made a French version of it translated, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
translated it in Quebec, like the way we speak here. And I swear to God, it's even better. It's just, yeah, the way because it make. I mean, Quebec slang is very. It sounds idiotic, really.
Oh, okay.
So and hockey here. I mean, it's it's a religion. So anyway, yeah. One last thing, Peter, that I wanted to say about your performance. The song you dedicated to your son was
All right.
really, really good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
It was.
Well, it
and
was
the
actually,
way you.
it was actually music that we probably heard before on the promo video. Because I was writing it at the time when we lost Craig. So I just expanded it and made it into a proper.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it was a celebration of his life, not
It
like
was.
it
Well,
was
he
not
pushed
like
me
a.
to do the show. So he would have been there, obviously. So I had to do it for him. Yeah. It was a
That
case
was
of.
really good. Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it all came together really well. The whole day really came together really well. Really pleased
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it. Yeah.
And that everybody's performance was just brilliant.
Well, like we said earlier, it went pretty much faultless. Nothing seemed to go
Went
wrong
well,
anyway.
really, except for your the live bit for you, but it sort of worked. But
Yeah.
No, it worked. It worked fine in it.
Even with Ty shooting a frisbee in someone's face, that was fucking hilarious.
Even I know Andrew was worried that we couldn't hear Ty, but we heard him perfectly all right. So I don't
No,
know
it
what he
seemed
did.
okay, didn't he? I know he said he was going to do some boosting on it and everything, but could basically, yeah, he done a good job on the video anyway.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It really,
Yeah.
he put a lot of work into that. They can't argue.
Yeah.
But the venue just worked. It was just such a good. And we've got 3 venues next time. We've got the bandstand as well now, which is a big bandstand in the middle of the 2 venues. So we have some out.
Yeah.
As long as the weather's good, we can have some outside stuff. So yeah, and we're not going to clash with anybody next year either. So
Hopefully, I'll be there next year.
cool. 3rd of April, we're going to do it. Tail end of the Easter break.
Okay, so how far is it from London?
Oh, it's an hour and a half on the train from
Okay.
Paddington. Yeah,
All right.
very easy. It's the same
yeah,
line.
massive.
Off. Yeah,
Yeah.
people came on the train.
Because I know London and I know Kent's place. That's all
Yeah.
I know about England.
Yeah, it's just you've got that pointy bit at the end of Britain, and it's sort of halfway down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
More south. Okay.
southwest.
You'll have to put on the flyers
Southwest.
next year. Don't trust the GPS.
Why?
There is an easier way of getting there than where the GPS sends you.
Oh God, yeah. I did tell Robbie that. Some other people obviously have some trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes you
Because
down.
it'll send you down this little country road that's like literally only wide enough for one car.
Yeah, and when you've got somebody coming the other way,
You've got to drive into a field or something to let it by. So you can get by.
you've got no hope.
Yeah.
Bye.
And for some reason, the GPS goes, no, this is the way to go. Whereas
know.
there's a lovely, straight, easy dual carriageway to get there.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
just good. Yeah. No, it was good. Very good.
Yeah, have a little map on the back or something.
Yeah, I'll do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
so yeah, don't go down this fucking road because there'd probably be a lot of people who just go, fuck it, can't get their bollocks to this, turn around, and come home.
Well, it's funny you say that. The actual road that is the good road, they've closed at the moment. They've bloody roadworks on it. The one that goes past Patrick Castle. So it's like,
Well,
fuck's sake.
Well, even with our work ethic, that should be open next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. It's funny enough, Fiona was reminding me of my promise that I made that when the Mustang's finished, we're all going to go to the pub.
Oh yeah.
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 She keeps reminding me. I went, yeah, okay. So, so she picked the Bonescape. It's got a lovely garden, but a very, very generous car park as well.
Fair enough.
Have you decided on a date yet?
Well, when the Mussey's done,
Okay, so just
2038.
Yeah, probably.
I've got to get it finished soon, to be honest.
At least if both doors are still on.
No, there's no doors on it. They're in the
No
garden.
doors.
Jam.
I remember one.
No, I haven't thought of that. Maybe
No
we should-
doors, no wings, no bonnet, no boots. Sorry, trunk. Although we did get
Because remember
the
you had a door that fell off, but anyway.
oh yeah, no, there's a door that was completely right away, but I got a new one in from the States.
Ah, yes, California.
Yeah, it cost $2,000 to get to the door. Even though it was, technically it was a 450 quid door. It ended up costing $2,000 to get to the front door. Mind you, it was nearly the doors nearly the weight of the owner's smart car.
Is this thing gonna be worth once you finished? Is it gonna cover all the costs? Yeah, the value of it.
Not the way the market's sitting at the moment.
No.
At the moment, there's, if you go to ACA auction site, you want to see the prices of some of the stuff that's going there. They had a convertible E-Type with, I think it was I think she was a 70 or no, I think she was a 69. So the nice one. She
Yeah.
had the hammer-on wires, wheels, and all the rest of it, and I think it went for 18 and a half.
Really?
Now one time a day would have fetched 45.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap.
Bloody hell.
But what went for a shit ton of money was a Sierra Cosworth Sapphire
Really?
in white.
I'd still like one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was the Sapphire. It was the
The bog standard.
the more plasticky one. It wasn't like the original Sierra Cosworth.
Well, the Sapphire was the booted version as opposed to the hatch.
Yeah, exactly. And it had that more slopey front on it.
Yeah, looked. Yeah, it was probably a little longer as well. My old man had one,
Yeah.
not a Cosworth, but because
No.
those were the cars that if you bought one used, particularly, it was almost impossible to insure
Yeah.
because they were the most stolen car
Oh
in
God,
the
yeah.
UK at the time.
Yeah, they were getting nicked like 50 of them a day.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Well, they had an interview with this old chappie who's got like this collection of cars, and he's thinking about getting rid of them. He's got like a 1928 Austin A something or other, and bits and pieces like. And he's got this Mini, right? British Racing Green. It's a Mini Cooper, from new, has 15 miles on it.
Wow.
15.
That's
He literally
criminal.
bought it and then put it into the garage.
It's like people
then
buy records
covered it
and
over.
don't play them.
Yeah, but he had all
Hate that.
sorts of bloody motors. He's definitely got an E-Type in there.
Wow.
He's got a Daimler Sovereign. I think it's a 4.2. And these cars are just absolutely immaculate. They're literally sealed in plastic, sort of thing, right? And he's got all these motors, and he's going, yeah, because he's really, really old now, and he's going, yeah, so I was going to let him go and all this of that. And he's got some little gems in there, and there isn't a car in there with more than 500 miles on it.
Wow.
What's the point?
Ridiculous. He said, I like owning them. I like looking at them. And
How about driving them, doing the thing they were
no,
built to
his
do?
eyesight now, and he said he's too old to drive
yeah,
them.
but
So he goes around in a Moggy pickup. Well, until he can drive the Moggy on private land now. He can't drive it on the road anymore because his eyesight's so bad that his license revoked. And he's talking about taking all these things down to an auction and moving them on. So they're going to be little bargains. They'll probably fetch some serious fucking money, obviously, but
Well, it depends who turns up at the auction.
yeah.
Yeah, the E-Type alone is going to be.
I can't see that going for 18. That's got to be more than that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think a lot of that was lucky on the day because the guy entered it with no reserve, right? And the right people weren't there.
Yeah.
Or tied up with stuff, and or they've already got the E-Type and they don't need another one, sort of thing. So the interest was low, and it went for 18 and a half. So, but apparently the big sellers at the moment are British vans, any old vans, the old
tranny.
not so much the trannies, the smaller vans, things like the
Come in a tranny.
the Vauxhall vans, the little Vauxhall vans.
Coming about my tranny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And stuff like that, and little panel vans and stuff like that are fetching huge money. They're very, very sought after at the moment for some bizarre reason.
There's no accounting for taste, is there?
Yeah, because some of them looked a bit. I mean, a Marina van. I mean, a fucking Marina, right? Van. Yeah, it's commanding like 25K.
What?
Yeah, restored.
Yes.
It looks like brand new, but it's still a Marina van.
It wasn't great when it was new.
No, exactly. And it's all right if it's like the Mark One, so it's got like the aluminium grills and stuff like that, and actual mouldings, and it's not all plastic. But even the plasticky later ones are still fetching, commanding good money. So, There's a geezer with what's the other? It led to another video of this guy. He has a Volvo P1800, and when he hit 1 million miles on the clock, Volvo gave him a present of a reproduction one,
Wow.
brand new, which he doesn't drive, and he keeps it in the garage and continues to drive his original P1800. It's now done over 3 million miles.
Jeez.
Yeah.
He just drives it everywhere all the time. And he
It's a
said, all I've
beautiful
ever
car,
done
too.
to it is give it full regular services, regular oil changes, blah, 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 regular tyres, brakes and all the rest of it, and just good servicing. He said, technically speaking, he said, nothing's ever really gone on it. He said every 500,000 miles he may do, steering joints, ball joints and stuff like that, or any bearings that are getting a bit sloppy.
My uncle, when he came over, he
Amazing.
followed. My dad came over from Italy in '69, I think. Johnny comes over about 72, 71, 72.
Yeah.
And within a couple of years, because he loves his cars. His first car in the UK was a P1800.
Yeah.
And
It's a
he
lovely
used-
car.
Yeah, and he used to, his was white, so it was, it was the Saints
It's
car.
a Saints car, yeah, exactly.
And I used to go run out the front of the restaurant. So this was in a little Norfolk village, big kind of front garden to this restaurant, and I would go out and I would look for my uncle, and he would, he'd come around the corner, he'd stop. I'd go running over, I'd go sit in the car, sit on his lap. He'd do the pedals, I would steer, and he would take, we would take it into the car park at the back of the restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's like a few hundred yards. So I can actually say that I've driven a P1800,
Nice.
aged about 4.
Yeah.
But it was a gorgeous, gorgeous thing.
It is a
And
lovely
it still
car.
is to this day. It's one of those designs that. So you talked about the E-Type. I don't get the E-Type. I just don't like it. I don't like the look of it.
No,
But the P1800 is just classic.
there's
Looks
two
better.
types of E-Type, right? There's the 70s E-Type, which looked very high up.
Yeah.
It looked awkward. The 60s one, the wheels dug into the wheel
Well, not
arches more.
Italian,
It
it's
was
a
lower
nice
down. Yeah,
Still.
it's that
That's the
E-Type. That's
Yeah.
the pretty one. But I like the hooded ones. I'm not mad on the convertibles.
Yeah.
Oh
But-
no, yeah.
It's like the Spitfire and the GT6. I much prefer the GT6.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Oh no, he had that old geezer. He had a couple of AC Cobras as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go, you little bastard.
You mentioned the Spitfire.
I had a car.
The same that same uncle who had the P1800 a few years later got a Triumph Spitfire,
Mm.
and he owned it until one day he heard the sirens blaring and looked out the window, and it had literally self-combusted. And apparently there was
So that was
a
common.
fairly common thing.
My
Yeah.
mate we used to call it the Hindenburg. It just
Yeah.
smelled of fuel all the time.
Yeah, and it went up in smoke. It was, and he had one that was in that kind of honey butterscotch kind of colour,
Yeah, another colour. Yeah, I know the
with the
colour.
black trim and stuff on it.
Yeah, they carried them through to the later ones, didn't they?
But
And
he-
the TR7s had them as well,
Yeah,
that colour
yeah.
as well.
I always wanted a TR7.
Yeah, they were not, because that was another.
They were funny cars to drive.
It was a cheaper
Honest with
version.
That was the Avengers, wasn't it? The new Avengers. That was what Gareth, what's his face, used to drive, wasn't
No,
it?
it's Purdy's was the.
Or was it Purdy? Was the
I think it was
TR7?
Purdy was the TR7.
Yeah, TR7
Because it was
wasn't
very quite a girly sports car.
Yeah.
Oh, it's adopted by women anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking
The
of
next-
cars that go beyond a million kilometers,
Mm.
it was actually a million miles. I had a Chevy Chevette
Mm.
that I bought for $300 in 1989, yeah.
Mm.
And I had 850,000 miles, and I drove it past a million. So it was like it went to all zeros. And I sold it a few years after for $800. So because he had passed 1 million, the guys went, "Wow, it's 1 million," and still drove. Probably still drives now. These cars were just like they wouldn't die.
Yeah.
They were shit, but they wouldn't die.
It's like, because it's like when I said to Fiona, I said, what's funny is my Chrysler, she'd done 129,000 miles. And then she met her end. I said, and here we are with the Mustang. So that I mean, mine was, I think that Chrysler was a 2006, built in 2006. I said, you've got the Mustang, which is 1973, and it's got 29,000 miles on it. Right, I said, we'll be fine as far as parts concerned. And when you look at we was looking at steering arms and bits and pieces over the weekend, last week, and everything's like sort of like it's parts you'd expect to find on things like a bulldozer. Everything's sort of like, I dare, nothing, and everything is tight, and it's like, fucking, yeah, this is not going to give us a lot of trouble. I'm trying to persuade her, actually. I thought, well, you made me sell my Chrysler. I'm going to make you sell your smart car, and you can drive the fucking Mustang. We'll keep the Muzzy, get rid of the smart.
That's not a smart move, though, really, is it?
Well, yeah, technically, because we're running some numbers, because nearly, to get anything of any worth, you have to cross over into the U-lease, which is just over here, and it round here, right? So that's $12.50 a day every time, right? But not for the Mustang, and there's no road tax, So U-lease exempt, road tax exempt. What was the other thing? MOT exempt. Because her smart car, I mean, it's next MOT. I think that's going to be pronounced dead at the scene, the next MOT that is. And like I said, where you get up, go out and onto your driveway, and there's, a suspension spring lying on the driveway. Apparently, so they said, she looked it up and she goes, "Oh no, apparently it's a common fault." And I go, "How can that be common? That's not the sort of thing that's supposed to break on it, for fuck's sake." I said, now I've got to try and work out which one it's broken. Because they sit in cups. Well, you can't see, you've got to count how many fucking coils there are. And then I'll have to replace, obviously, both sides. I can't do just one side on it. We're hoping it's the back ones because they're cheaper than the front ones. Well, I say cheaper, yeah. The front ones are 25 quid and the back ones are 20 quid.
Sure.
So it's not massively expensive. But it's going to be a massive pain in the arse.
Getting that, yeah.
Taking the wheel, jacking it up, taking the wheel off, and fucking spring compressor and disconnecting the bottom ball joints and all that. It's like, fuck it, now here we go. That'd be a right old laugh. Something I could do without. And I suppose technically I can't do it on the driveway because it slopes too much. I'd have to do it out on the road.
Mine will be going in for its service and MOT in a month or two, ahead of the long journey to Italy and back.
Gentlemen, I'm going to fuck off because I want to watch the hockey game.
Who is it against who?
Well, it's a Canadian, so it's a Montreal team against, I don't remember, a bunch of losers.
Americans then.
Yes.
So basically, I think we've figured out which side you're supporting.
It's Lightning, Tampa Bay Lightning, actually.
2 questions before you go. Number
Sure.
1, Rush's comeback. Did you see it? What did you think?
Russia's comeback.
Yeah, they played live at some award show with their new drummer. Did you
Oh, Rush. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Canadian Grammy Awards.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think? Good.
She's good.
She's
good.
great.
But they didn't play a really famous Neil Peart
No.
song, right?
But they played a good song.
Oh, they did. They did. And she did a great job.
Yeah.
What I felt bad about is the keyboard player. He's got an OB8, and he's got all these great synths, and he's just like there, and then burp, burp, burp. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I could be their keyboard player.
Well,
I could. I mean, have you ever played Rush? It's fucking easy.
I haven't tried. No, I mean, I
No,
could do the
that's-
Tom Sawyer thing and just go. Bing. One note.
Yeah.
Second question.
Yep.
Angine de Poitrine.
Yes.
Opinions.
I mean, okay, opinions, right? Okay, love the music, but it's nothing new, right?
No.
It's a mix of, when you think about it, it's a mix of King Crimson and Primus
Yes.
simplified.
Yes.
I hate the gimmick of the masks and the,
I think it's funny. I like that.
because
It's funny.
I mean that's going to be a flash in the pan. They could have. I mean, I mean they've been around for at least 2 years. I know. I've known about them for at least 2 years,
Yeah.
and they're
There's that.
very good musicians. Fuck me, they're good. And the guy with the guitar player and the guitar and
He's
bass
clever.
with fuck man, he's doing wonders with the
Pedals
loopers and all
and-
of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're starting a tour. They're going to tour the U.S. and all of that. And but sadly, people were going to get bored of the mask and the non-interviews
The
they
novelty. Yeah.
make. And then what's going to happen? They're going to have to take the mask off.
Well, who knows? Yeah.
But it's
I
good.
actually
It's
saw a
very good
fellow.
music.
Where you live in? Where do you live? Montreal.
I'm in Montreal. Yeah.
I saw a fellow French Canadian a few weeks ago at the Royal Albert Hall.
Oh yeah.
Flor Laurentienne.
Oh
the
yes,
guy that we
yes,
had
yes,
on?
yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty impressive. And he's
Yeah.
Canadian. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, we are impressive.
Oh, yeah. His English was pretty good as well. But yeah, that's something. If you can get to see them live,
Yeah.
that's really
The
clever
the
stuff.
problem is they're not as popular here.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. The music scene in Quebec is shit. It's absolute shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they were brilliant. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was at the Royal Albert Hall, but it was only in one of the side rooms, but packed. And unfortunately, their manager's flight from Montreal got cancelled, and he had all the vinyl for the merch stand, so I couldn't buy it. Couldn't buy the records.
Shit.
And I emailed him, the main guy. What's his name? Mathieu, and I emailed him before the gig, and then he didn't get the email until after the gig. And he said, "Oh, you should have come and seen me." I said, "Well, I did look for you, but after the gig, but you weren't around, so I just kind of figured that you'd gone off to chill somewhere and missed my
but
chance to hang."
You had him on PSN, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, they're a
Very-
good
very
band.
impressive.
They're
They're
re-
very good.
and that's a problem. Bands that have substance, because it's a band of substance, they don't make it here. So I mean, it's wonderful that they have like a packed room in London, because here they couldn't fill like a bar.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Oh, they would play festivals, right? So we get to see them there. But
Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Fuck off.
yeah. No, but your opinion of Angine de Poitrine?
Oh, love them. I'd seen these things pop up on in my feed, and I saw two guys in weird costumes, and I thought, oh, that's just some fucking
Bullshit.
bullshit, TikTok sensation thing. And then somebody said, no, you really must listen to it because, and I love odd time signatures. Not so much. I'm not so much a microtonal person,
Right.
but I do love weird time signatures. And so I put that KEXP gig on. I love that. I love what they do, KEXP. And I put that gig on and I watched it and I was like, oh no, this is fucking good. This is clever. And not just it's clever, like you say, it is. You know, it's not something that hasn't been done before. Like say Primus, yeah, definitely. King Crimson, any kind of prog style band, you could probably say, oh yeah, there's definitely influences there. But I just thought it was clever the fact there's two of them. He's doing all that stuff with the loopers and he's controlling all those pedals with his bare feet.
Yeah.
He's messing around with the controls with his toes. That takes some doing. And the drummer is
While
tight
playing.
as a nun's chuff. Yeah, the drummer is tight as a nun's chuff.
Oh fuck! No, he's the one that it's the glue of the band.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
because he's got that drape over the whole kit, everything is just like dead and just it's so good. Yeah, really. I bought. I went to get the albums. Actually, I went into my local record store on record store. Well, the even before record store day. I said, "Don't suppose you've got that Angine de Poitrine album?" And he said, "If only, because they're selling at the moment for like a couple of £100 a copy."
Yeah.
But they've just done. They're doing a repress that's coming out in June or July. I've just ordered it through Rough Trade. So I've got it for like £30 an album. I've ordered both the first one and the second one, which came out
Right.
last week or the week before. So yeah, really, really, really like them. I think it's different, and it's two people doing something original, and it's like AI. Fuck you! You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't fucking do that. So
And it's one thing that I like about them, because I mean they're so viral these days, is that people actually paying attention to music now.
yes,
They're really like, okay, so yeah, this is real fucking music, and it is. Yeah.
and it's got so many people into that kind of that whole prog thing. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
of weird time signatures and microtonal stuff, and actually,
You have to think.
there's an intelligence there, and that'd be
They're
right.
fucking good. And the guy who made, because the guitar, the bass guitar is custom made because
Yeah.
of the frets. The guy never made it before, so he there was an interview with him, and he's explaining that you had to think about how the fuck am I going to do that, because there's one part that's microtonal, but the rest is not.
Yeah.
You know, so no, that's
Yeah,
very
it's very
clever.
good. And I think the whole costume thing, it's a bit wacky and out there, but I kind of like acts where it's not about the personalities, although
Oh no,
the
definitely.
costumes does kind of scream out a little bit, but you're focusing on the music,
Yeah.
So I like that. Yeah.
But I mean, that might just if they can keep it up, because people are wanting to know. I
Well,
mean,
they've already unmasked them because people have found footage of them. Because didn't the band originate when they got double booked for a night in a venue, and so they had to think of something else to do, and so they put some masks or stuff on, and did this weird shit that wasn't what they would normally do in their stuff.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
And I mean, seriously, when the first time I heard about them was about a year and a half ago, and no, yeah, I liked it. I never thought that they would go so viral. I mean, Rick Beato is like,
Yeah,
he's entranced.
everyone's
and all.
talking about them.
Yeah. Davey 504, whatever his name is the bass player. I don't know if you. Yeah. Anyway, he was also talking about them, and so no, it's good. I'm really, really happy, and it's going to promote people trying to do good music. I hope.
It's all about the performance, about the human performance,
Yeah,
which is what we need.
exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
Now, where's Kent? Oh God, I wanted to say goodbye. Fucker. Anyway, can you say goodbye to
I
him
will.
for me?
We will do.
please?
Yeah.
All right. You
Cheers,
guys
Jeff.
Take care.
See you
See you
later.
next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.
I don't think I'll be too long before my
No, just piss off in a minute.
yeah. my shipping notice. I've got a level 42 box set coming tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
They've been doing these box sets covering certain, the eras. So it's like all the albums remastered plus a bunch of discs with extra stuff on.
Yeah.
And they got to the bit because like in the last 20 years, they've only released like one studio album, Retroglide.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, what are they going to do for this last bit? Because they've done fuck all. And they've cobbled together, I don't know how they've done it, but they've cobbled together Retroglide, Sirens, which was an EP that they did, and then basically filled 3 or 4 discs with like loads of remixes and stuff of old stuff. But because I've got all the other box sets, I've just bought this one to like complete the set sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of stuff in this week. I've had that. Oh, I've also got so I've had the Heaven 17 Blu-rays.
Yeah.
I got this one because I kind of liked how they sound. Mark Knopfler and Emmylou Harris.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like a reissue on Blu-ray, so I thought I'd give that a go. And then I've got one coming. Is it tomorrow or Saturday? Which is in Malcolm McLaren and Vivienne Westwood's various stores that they had at that one place in King's Road. So it was Let It Rock, and then it became Sex, then it was Seditiaries, then it was World's End. They had a jukebox, and Marco Peroni of Adam and the Ants fame and a couple of other people managed to get a list of all of the records that were in this jukebox.
Okay.
In the store that they would play, and they would claim that it heavily influenced punk music output, particularly from the London scene.
Yeah.
And so over the years they've released these albums, which are just compilations of all the music that was on the jukebox.
Oh wow!
And they've I didn't realize I went through that record store day list multiple times, and not once did I notice that they'd released the 3rd and final installment of this album. I got an email today from a record store in Soho called Sounds of the Universe.
Right.
And they said 30% off of all of this record store day 26 stock. And I was going, see if there's anything there that I thought, maybe I wanted, but thought was a bit too expensive. And scrolling down, I thought, oh, and there it was. So got 30% off. So I got it for like 25 quid. So.
Yeah. You didn't get the Peter Gabriel picture disc Sledgehammer then, where it moves around. You obviously did. Oh, very good.
Yeah. And it works.
Yeah, that's amazing watching that go around.
Yeah. And it's funny because the version of Sledgehammer is it's not billed as anything special on here. It doesn't say like extended remix or anything like that. But it is actually a different mix to because I think you got John Tokes Potica to do the 12-inch. This is it's called, I think it's referred to as an extended mix, but it doesn't actually say so on the cover. So it's a slightly different mix, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because I've got the originals. But so that was that's quite a cool thing to.
Yeah.
You have to get the lights right, and you have to watch it through your camera on your phone. And you have to watch it at 30 FPS or something.
That's what they were saying. Otherwise, it starts flickering or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did get that one.
Jeff said bye, by the way, Ken.
Oh, bye.
So that was it was actually a good night last Friday because it didn't get too cold.
Right. Yeah, quite a queue in the morning, or
it was a weird one because normally what happens is there's 2 or 3 of us really stupid people that turn up at stupid o'clock on a Friday at tea time, and then queue throughout. but what normally happens is you'll get one or two people turn up about midnight, 1 o'clock. Then you'll get another two or three that will turn up at 2 or 3 o'clock, and then another couple. But this time it seemed like there was just like 3 or 4 of us. Well, there was 3 of us pretty much from the outset. So I got there at about 5:15 on the Friday afternoon, and this other guy turns up, and he was determined this year to be number 1 in the queue, which he was. He got there about 5:45,
Right.
which is fine because what he wanted was nothing on my list, so I knew I'd get everything I wanted. And then this other guy turns up. He's about the same age as me. So there was the 3 of us for pretty much from like 5:30 till about 1 or 2 o'clock, which was weird because normally you get 2 or 3 more will join up, and this woman turns up on her own, which is odd because you don't often get many women on their own anyway, and I guess I can understand why.
Yeah, all the obvious reasons.
We're perfectly lovely, by the way, but anyway, she turns up and she's a right giggle. She's from Sheffield, obviously lives local, but she's originally from Sheffield, so lots of talk. And then a couple of other regulars showed up. There's a couple of guys from Sudbury that always show up. To this day, I don't even know their names, but they've been there every year for the last God knows how many years. And we always have lots of banter. We talk about football and stuff. He's a Spurs fan, so that was quite funny this year. And then all of a sudden, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, just as the sun is starting to come up, people just start arriving, like one after the other. And by the time the shop opened, I would say there's probably over 100 people in the queue.
Oh, shit.
And this is Bury St Edmunds. I mean,
That's
I remember turning up at about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning in Soho one year and being like 180th in the queue or something. And this was Bury, and this was like, over 100 people in the queue going right up the street. And there was all sorts. I mean, generally it's lots of sad blokes. But there was lots of young people, which was encouraging, in a way, because you think, the bug is catching. But
have you got once you're in the shop, have you got to find what you want, or do you ask the bloke?
No. So I remember when they first did it, they basically, it was like first come first served. You went in, you told them what you wanted, and they would go and like pick it out of because they'd got everything in boxes alphabetical, so they would just go in and pick it out. But after I spoke to the manager. Well, there was a guy that was managing the shop. He wasn't the owner, but he was the manager. And I said, we had a chat, and he'd never been to like London, where the big stores. And I said, look, what they do at like Sister Ray, for example, is they'll give everyone a raffle ticket with their position number on. So the first person in queue got ticket number 1, 2, and so on. So that way, if you wanted to go for a piss, if you wanted to get a bacon sandwich or a coffee from the shop around the corner, you're still in the queue. So you don't, and everyone's absolutely cool about it. And then I said, what they also do is they print off multiple lists of what they have in stock, and they would send employees up and down the line telling them what so as people were buying stuff at the front of the queue and maybe it was going out of stock, they would walk up the line and say, if anybody's looking for the Joy Division blah blah blah, we've just sold the last one. So that by the time you got into the store, into the counter, and said, right, I want X, Y, and Z, they would say, you'd know that they've got it in stock. And they would just go to the back and they'd pick it all out and they'd put it in the bag. So I told them how they did it in Soho, and what they actually did was they adopted the ticket number system. But what they also did was they would take people's orders in order. So number 1, you would write down your stuff, and they would go off and bag it. and then they go to number 2 and say, what do you want? And they get it all, bag it, and they would do that for the first half a dozen or so people in the queue, because they knew that those were the people that were the diehards that would be looking for multiple things. And then come 8 o'clock, when they're officially allowed to start selling, they would just say, right, number 1, and you go in, and they would show you the bag, and they would just show you all the different, to make sure you check off your list, make sure they've got everything there, pay the guy, actually go number 2, and so by the time we sort of got to 7:30, that first batch of people at the front of the queue had got all they wanted, and off they went, and then everyone else would just go in, and they would just say, right, what are you after? And most people are just after 1 or 2 things, and they would just pick them out of the crates and hand them to them. And by the time we got into the afternoon, it was just walk in, there's the crates, have a look, see what if the thing you want is there, and if it isn't, it isn't.
Fairly civilized then.
It is, yeah. It has to be, and I think because I always sort of sit there in the mornings. Maybe it's because I'm tired and I'm a little bit, and you see people looking at you, and they obviously I'm always at the front of the queue every year, and so you get people like looking at you. You think they're looking at you like with some sort of resentment, but
you need to get up early, don't
you need to get up. If you want to get the things, you got to put the hours in. You got to put the shift in. So but every year it's always so good natured and so pleasant. There are people that you see there frequently, and maybe every now and again you'll get some people that turn up that you've never seen there before. Like one year, I was sat there with a guy that I know. He's a Scottish guy, lives in Bury. We've known each other for some time. And we're sat there and looking down the street. Coming up the street is a guy in a motorised wheelchair with this woman. And we're thinking, that's like a bit odd for like 2 o'clock in the morning for somebody to be out, in a motorised wheelchair. It's not it's not an everyday sight. And they come up to the shop, and what you have to get used to when you're sat outside the shop at 1 o'clock in the morning is people going, "What are you doing?" Half pissed because they've just been out for the night. "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
We're queuing for the shop. "What do you mean you're queuing? What's going on?" And they comes up, and so we're expecting them to go, "What are you doing?" And they said, "Oh, this is the right place. This is Vinyl Hunter." "Yes, yeah. "Oh, great, yeah. How many are you?" I said, "Well, there's 2 or 3 of us." "Oh, great. Well, so we're like 4th or 5th." "Oh, yeah. So you're here to queue up?" Yeah. "Where have you come from?" "Oh, we come from London." "What? Why are you in Bury St Edmunds?" "Oh, well, we've just got married and we're on our honeymoon in Norfolk, and we heard this was the best place to come."
Fair play.
So yeah, they got on a train. He's in this motorised wheelchair. So of course we start talking. He tells us why he's in a motorised wheelchair. Him and his wife, or now wife, they'd only just got married, had been mown down on a pedestrian crossing by a drunk driver. She almost died, but didn't. He was very badly injured to the point where he could no longer walk at that point in his recovery. And it was just the most remarkable story. And so we sat there and go, "Wow, man, that's..." And they were saying that they planned to get married, but then obviously they had to call off the wedding because they were both in hospital and all this kind of stuff. And then eventually they were both well enough. She made a full recovery. He was very injured with his legs and stuff. He could occasionally walk with a stick, but he had to rely on the chair. Massive Duran Duran fans. Duran Duran know them by name.
Yeah.
he was showing me all these pictures of him and Simon and Nick and Roger
wow.
and Warren and all this stuff. You know, apparently, is it Warren the guitarist?
Yeah.
He played at their wedding.
Oh wow.
That's how kind of
Oh,
close.
right.
Like, yeah. And then the weirdest thing happened. He starts, Derek, the guy in the wheelchair, starts talking about. I can't remember how we got onto the song. He said, "Oh yeah, I've got a friend. He lives in North Wales and he's a bit of a musician." And I said, "Oh, that's funny. I've got a friend that lives in North Wales that's a bit of a musician." And he said, "Yeah, so his name's Gavin." I said, "So's my friend." And I said, is this him?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's him." And we both know this guy called Gavin that lived at the time lived in North Wales. It's an
Oh wow.
electronic musician. Goes under the name of the Metamorph, and is the loveliest guy. And we stayed with him. He now lives in Liverpool. Me and Jackie went and stayed with him last year. Small world. I
Small
mean,
world.
there's just yeah.
Yeah.
And Gavin was at his wedding and everything. And so I was messaging Gavin and said, "I'm with Derek," and he's like, "No way! How do you know Derek?" I said, "He just turned up in the queue." Bizarre.
It is bizarre, isn't it? We had a raffle when we were doing the Vulcan. We had a raffle for somebody to win a flight in a Spitfire, and somebody won it. And I went on holiday to Canada with my brother-in-law, and the bloke that won the competition was staying in the same hotel as us.
No way.
Like, what the
Wow.
fuck?
But
Yeah,
I mean, I've met so many people in those queues,
yeah, I bet.
and we've all got like we might like different bands, we might be after different records, but we all have
Yeah.
this kind of shared thing about
Common, yeah.
about music. And I remember, I think it was the second record store day I did, so probably, I can't remember what year it was, but that first year I'd gone down with Jackie, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm sure if we get there about 7 o'clock in the morning, we'll be right near the front of the queue." Oh, when I found out what time the woman got there, she was a regular. She would get there at like silly o'clock on the Friday, like during not in the afternoon, but like first thing in the morning, and she'd have a little bivvy, and she'd set up a little bivvy outside the at the shop, and she'd sit
Like the old
in there.
Harrod Sale, isn't it?
Yeah. So the second year I said, because Jackie said, "I'm not doing that." I said, "Okay, that's fine. I'll go." So to make sure that I try and got there in time to be pretty much at the front of the queue, I got the train into London, and then I'd found a travel lodge in King's Cross that was really cheap. So I booked a room there for the night, and the plan was that I would get there, get a few hours kip, get up at maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, and then head on over to Soho. I got to the hotel probably about 10 o'clock at night. I'm sat in my hotel room. I can't sleep. I'm not tired, so I think, "Oh fuck it. I know I've paid for this room, but yeah, fuck it. I'll check out. Get on the first bus. I'll get over to Soho." And I was still at like 50 or 60 something in the queue at midnight. Oh, fuck's sake. But I am in front of a couple, Reynaldo and Jodie. Reynaldo is from Rio,
Right.
and Jodie is from Adelaide, somewhere in Australia. I'm pretty sure it's Adelaide. And he is a massive Biffy Clyro fan, and they'd got something special coming out on that day, so he was there for that, and she was there for something else. And they both worked in a hotel, doing different jobs, but that's how they met. And I found that they were engaged, and they were going to get married, and that they were hoping that once they got married, they could go back to Australia and set up, family there and stuff. And I'm still in touch with them today, and we still wish each other happy birthdays, and we still reach out on record store day and say, "Did you queue? What did you get?"
Yeah.
And they're now living in Australia. They've got 2 lovely little children, and they're married and everything. And these are the people that you meet, and it's you stay in touch, and
You do. That's good.
it's very cool. But I tell you, the recovery process. Normally, if it's a little bit colder, which
Yeah.
it does tend to be in April, you'll sit there, and because you're not moving much, you get really cold. So I generally take a sleeping bag, and I'll put the sleeping bag on and sort of have it up to here, and it's kind of got a hood on it, so I put that up, and I've got my jacket and my whatever I've got on, and I'll just be sat there in my chair. And it's a bit like a long haul flight when you sort of get to that point, you think, I've been asleep. It feels like I've been asleep for ages, but actually it's only been 5 minutes, and you get a little bit delirious. So it gets a little bit like that. But this year was actually a little bit warmer,
Right.
and it didn't feel so bad.
Oh, okay.
And got to 8 o'clock, go in, get my records, say my goodbyes to all the people that I've been spending the whole night with. Get in the car, drive home, see Jackie, have a little chat, go upstairs. She's getting ready to go out somewhere. I sort of lay on the bed, and I think, do you know, I don't feel that tired. I think what I'll do this time is I'll try and power through to the end of get through to the evening, and then go to bed. And I sat here listening to the football, and I got my seat back like this, I got my legs up, and I was just like, like this all the way through. But I thought, no, I'm going to do it. Went into the front room, we were watching something on telly, and I got into that kind of delirious state, when you're kind of falling asleep.
Yeah.
And there's obviously some external stimuli going on, like obviously it was something on the telly, and you sort of go into that kind of dream. It's like a lucid dream state, so what you're hearing on the telly is affecting what you're dreaming, and you're kind of reacting to it. And I kept doing this thing where I was sort of like nodding or agreeing with what people were saying on the TV, but I was asleep. And it got to about 11, and I thought, no, that's it. I can't. I'm at that point. So I went to bed, didn't get up until sort of like 9, 10 o'clock on the Sunday morning. And after a few hours on Sunday, I was fucked again. I was like, I can't do this. And it took me until Monday afternoon, evening before I kind of felt. So the recovery time is getting worse. Yeah.
Older you get, mate.
Tell me about it.
There's a nice little synth meme I've just found here. It goes, Casio, bizarrely optimistic about the return of the Foxtrot since 1979.
Brilliant.
Their little sampler thing has been confirmed as a retail product. 39,000 yen, which works out about 185 quid.
Right.
But
I wonder if old Steve, what's his face, will be there with the because he does the pianos, doesn't he? Is it Steve?
Yes.
Ex-Chord bloke, isn't it?
Throne,
is it Throne?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know who you mean, but I can't think of his name. But it doesn't look like it. I mean, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, look, it's like another MPC sample."
No,
but it's not. It's not quite as good as the MPC sample. I don't think. It's a little bit limited. I mean, it's fun. It looks fun, but yeah, I think they might have missed a trick. And I mean, I know people have been saying, "Oh, Akai." That MPC sample has been in development for a long while.
Yeah.
And you can tell because it's really good.
Yeah.
The Casio thing does seem a little basic, but it's 185 quid. So if it's fun, it's fun. So yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the Foo Fighters album comes out today, doesn't it? Is that your tummy? Who's that? The dog.
No, it's one of the dogs. Got all 4 of them down here with me at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think I'm going to head off to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a stupid busy day tomorrow.
Aye.
Front of the house and the back of the house. Things going on in the garden, things going out in the front garden.
Well, we've got Ben on the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
And we've got some stuff to talk about, which is always good.
No, have we?
Yeah. Get looking at that list.
Mm.
Don't give me
I'd like a nice, fresh sort of take on things.
fresh take on it. So, what do you think of this one, though?
Yeah, all right, isn't it? I suppose. I find out more than enough of what I need to know about the scenes by watching the little promo video you run just before talking about it.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
So,
Right, night, gents. I will.
All right, then. Yeah.
See you later.
See you later. Take it easy.
Cheery.
Bye bye.
take care, everyone.
See
Bye-bye.
ya.
Be good.
Bye.
See you later, babe.